Thanks.
Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen and you're able to hear me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yes,
see
able
you.
to.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Uh, I'm just keeping everyone on mute. Feel free to unmute yourself and stop me if you have any questions. Just opening a document. So first of all, thank you everyone for joining the demo session. I appreciate your interest in learning the CPI. So I'll just give you an introduction what exactly we are going to see in today's demo session on this SAP CPI. So we will be getting an overview idea what exactly the SAP CPI is and where we will be making the use of SAP CPI. And we will be seeing the difference between on-premise version which used to exist before this CPI, that is SAP PIPO, and why we have been migrated from SAP PIPO to CPI. And we'll see the differences between other middlewares and CPI, and we will see what are all the capabilities inside the CPA, and I'll give you an overview what are all the things which we are going to discuss in a full length course. Okay, so without wasting the time, let's start. So what exactly the CPI is? So SAP CPI is a middleware tool basically used
Acha.
to, yeah,
So yesterday we have run through this PPT. So again we are going through today also.
yes, like we have demo session for 2 days. So the regular session will be started from tomorrow, Ritesh.
Okay.
So this will be also a demo session because we have few candidates who didn't attend yesterday's demo session.
So same yesterday session will be
Yes,
carried
yes,
out today, right?
correct, correct.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, the regular session will be started from tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, let's start the session. So let's see what exactly the SAP CPA is. So SAP CPA basically is a middleware tool that is used to take the data from the sender system, transform it if it is required, manipulate the data, and send it to the receiver system as per the receiver expected format. Okay, just if we take a real time example, okay, if one person wants to travel from point A to point B, what he will do, he will book an Uber ride. So what Uber will do, he will pick the person from point A and he will send it him to the, he will I mean send it him to the point B. So just like a middle person who is taking the person from point A to point B, the CP is also is a middleware tool. So if you want to post something, okay, if you want to send some post letter, so what you will do, you will post it in the post office. So what postman will do, he will take the post letter from the one location and he will post the post the letter to the other location, whatever you keep. So that's how the CPA will also will work. It will go to the sender system. Sender system will give some data to the CPA. What CPA will do, it will make the manipulation transformation if it is required, or else it will not make any manipulation. It will just hand over the data to the receiver system. Okay, so like we are seeing, we are just talking about sender receiver, right? So if we see what exactly the sender system, what exactly the receiver system means, we have the applications. Okay, sender system in the sense sender system is one application, receiver system is another application. Okay, if sender system in sender application will send the data to CPI, it will take the data and it will post the data to the receiver application. If we see about the application details, so we have the applications both in SAP systems and non-SAP systems. Okay, SAP systems is we talk about. We have these are all the SAP applications. Like you have already heard about success factors, Ariba, Concur, Field Glass, right? So these are all the sender SAP application. So non-SAP applications in the sense you would have already heard about Salesforce, Azure, Workday, MuleSoft, AWS, right? So these are all coming under non-SAP application. Okay. So if you want to send the data from the success factor application to MuleSoft or Workday or Salesforce, so who will take care of this responsibility? Success factor will hand over the data to CPA. CPA will take the data and it will hand over the data to the Salesforce system. Okay. If we just take an example of Salesforce system, okay, I'll just try to open the Salesforce. Let me try to check if it is open. Okay, the Salesforce is not open. I'll just show you the Azure blob. Okay, so this is a Azure blob. Okay, so what I want to do, I have some files here. Okay, this is one file, this is another file. So from this Azure, I want to send these files to some other application. So who will come and pick this data here? CPI will come here. It will pick these files here and it will post the files in the target location, just like the postman. Okay, so that is how the CPI will work in a real time also. Basically, the primary duty of the CPI is to take the data from the sender application and post it to the receiver application. Okay, so this is how the CPI will work. So application can be of anything, either SAP system or non-SAP system. So that the responsibility of CPI will remain same. It needs to take the data, it needs to send it to the target application. Either it can be SAP or non-SAP. It can integrate point to point. Okay, so this is about the SAP CPI, what exactly the SAP CPI is and what exactly the SAP CPI will do. I'll just take a pause if someone has any questions.
No, Harsha, you can.
Okay, I'll take it as no and I'll move forward. So we have seen what exactly the CPI is able to do with the applications, how to send the data from sender system to receiver system, right? Now let us see. Previously, SAP used to have a middleware tool called as SAP PI that is in the on-premise system. So what everyone is doing, everyone is migrating from on-premise system to cloud system, right? In a similar way, SAP also migrated the on-premise system that is SAP PIPO middleware to SAP CPI. Okay, so SAP CPI is the advanced version of the middleware. SAP PIPO is the previous version. Prior version to the CPI is called as SAP PIPO. Before to PIPO, we have one more version that is called as XI. Okay, I haven't kept that in here because it is no more existing. It is not used by many. So XI is the first version. SAP PIPO is the next version. Now the current version is called as SAP CPI. But why everyone is moving from SAP PIPO to CPI is we have few differences here. Okay, so if we see the differences, what exactly the difference is? SAP PIPO is an on-premise version. If something is existing in the on-premise version, we need to take care of many things. Okay, like we need to take care of infrastructure, we need to take care of the security, we need to maintain it, and there is significant cost is also involved with this on-premise application. But if you go with cloud applications, cloud application doesn't need all these things. Okay, no need to worry about the expenditure, no need to worry about the infrastructure, no need to worry about the security, maintenance, anything. So we will be paying only for the services which we are utilizing, just like your Amazon Prime subscription. Okay, so if you want the higher package, like higher level plan, like 1599, you will be having a ad free Amazon Prime. If you're taking the least one like 499, 599, then it will be with ads. In a similar way, in the cloud applications also, in the CPI, we'll be having many capabilities. So if you want to utilize the capability, then you will take it, or else you will not take it. It's just like if you can scale up and you can scale down as per your requirement. If you want this, you can take it, or else if you don't want it, you can decrease the services and it will impact the cost. It will reduce your cost. Okay, so that is one important difference. And next important difference is SAP PIPO is very complex. If you go with a non-technical user or a layman terms, okay, SAP PIPO can't be explained in a simpler way. Like we need to work with many individual things. Like we need to create ESR, ID, and many other things, and we need to correlate everything in one place to create one iFlow. But in CPI, it is very simple. Even a layman non-technical user will also be able to understand easily. So if I just open some iFlow here, okay, if I just open some iFlow here, so what is this iFlow? So like many of you have not idea, you don't have any idea what exactly this iFlow is, right? But you will be able to understand here. So this is the sender system, this is the receiver system. Okay, what exactly we are doing? Sender system is sending something and we are sending it to the receiver system. Okay, at least you got some basic idea what exactly we are doing it here. But PIPO is not in this way. It is very complex. It is not easy to understand in this way. So that's the reason it is very user friendly. So everyone is migrating from PIPO to CPI. And if we see about the next difference, PIPO is definitely a mature platform. There is no doubt in that one. But CPI has very rich capabilities like API management, event mesh, and many other capabilities we have in a CPI. But in PIPO, we don't have all those capabilities. And last important thing is in PIPO, we don't have the predefined content. In CPI, we have the predefined content. So I know what you haven't got what exactly the predefined content is. What exactly predefined content is in the CPI. Okay, this is basically a CPI application. Okay, so here we will be doing all the magic. So here, if you see, there is option called as Discover tab. Okay, so don't worry about all these things. Okay, because this is very demo session. You will not understand what exactly all these things are. But I'm trying to show you what CPI is capable of doing. Okay, in this Discover tab, SAP has already done so many integrations. Okay, if I just type it as Workday. Okay, okay, here I have just typed it as Workday. If I open this, okay, so I already have all the integrations ready. Okay, SAP has already created all the applications integrations already ready. So what you need to do, you just need to plug and play. So you just need to make the configuration change and you can directly use this integration without any modification. So what we will do, we will just download it to our local machine. So if I click on this copy, it will be downloaded to my local machine, local system. So here, once it is downloaded, it is available here in my local drive. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, this is my workday. So here I can directly go to configuration option and I can modify the details and I can use it directly as a ready-made iFlow. Okay, ready-made content I can use it. Here I'll just change the name. I'll just keep it as harsh@gmail and here I'll be just keeping it as Sritech. Okay, and here I'll just change the subject line and I'll change all the details as per my requirement. And if I click on this deploy, then this iFlow is ready to use. Okay, the sender can send the data and receiver can receive it. So this is how the ready-made content is available inside the CPI, which will make it very unique compared to other middleware tools also. Okay, so this is the difference between SAP PIPO and CPI. This is what the difference which is making everyone to migrate from SAP PIPO to the updated version, cloud version called as SAP CPI.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. Sorry. Like in this iFlow, we can have any, like, we do have any experience. We'll use any coding.
So we don't have coding, Shantal. If you see here,
Mm.
basically what we will do is, so this is the iFlow. Okay. So don't worry about this complete development now. Okay. You will not
Okay.
understand this. So what I'm trying to show is whatever you will not have the coding. What you need to do is you have options here, right? So these options, you need to use all these options and you need to manipulate the data here. Okay. If you have something here, so what you will do if you want to encrypt the data, what you will do, you have encryptor and decryptor here, right? So you will take the encryptor and you will encrypt the data here, just like drag and drop. But what you need to understand in the course content is how to use this and when to use this. So that is what we will do it. Okay.
But we don't want any coding knowledge.
No,
Yeah.
coding knowledge is not required. We have one thing called as Groovy script inside the CPA. Okay, so only that place we will be making some coding, but it is not the general Groovy script. If you see outside, the Groovy script is different, but here inside the CPA, the Groovy script is different. We will be concentrating only on 4 parameters inside that Groovy script. Okay, so no need to worry about that much on that Groovy script part.
And one more general question I have. So I have 10 years of experience in non-IT. So is it a good time to come to a IT
We will
sector right now?
discuss the non-IT questions at the last, non-technical questions at the last, Chandra.
Fine, fine,
Let's complete the demo and we can discuss everything in a one go.
Fine, fine.
Okay, so we
Hmm.
have seen the
Sir,
difference.
excuse me.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, you're telling that now, if the given task we can find in that, sorry, in that, sorry,
Design,
one
discover tab, right?
discover, yeah, discover tab. How can I
See,
identify the given task and the both are same?
yeah, that is what you need to identify. See, let us take a scenario. Now you are trying to work with the Salesforce. Okay, so you have a requirement to work with the Salesforce. So what you will do, you need to check. But here you have total 734 iFlows. Okay, now if you are working with Salesforce, you can get it the iFlow. But if you have any other application which is not existing here, then definitely you need to build it from the scratch itself. So this is the integrations which is available in the SAP. Okay, these are all the iFlows which I have ready to available. So if you have any sales order related iFlow, okay, then you can reuse this. Okay, sales order can be reused here. So here you need to come here and you need to check whether your sender system is SOAP or not, your target system is RFC or not. So if it is satisfying, then you can use it, or else you cannot use this. You need to build it from the beginning.
Okay, okay.
Okay, we cannot completely rely on this. I mean, you need to understand that's the reason we will be learning how to create the iFlows. So you cannot completely
Okay.
rely on this that every requirement is available here. So we cannot purely assure that if you have the
Only
iFlow ready made available, you can use it, or else then we need to build it from the scratch.
only we need to integrate the application to application here. Only the
Yes,
CPI. Okay, that's what.
correct. Yeah,
Like we
that is
don't
what.
want it to monitor all those things. Like there is a auditor role, and there was a like any upgradations happening here, or like we need to do.
Yeah, that is the operations team.
Okay.
So whatever you are
Like
saying, right?
yeah, for the
Main.
CPI position, there is a operations. Operations also available, and there was a monitor team also available for the CPI
Correct.
position.
See, basically in a project there can be three types of projects. Okay, one is support, another one is development, another one is support plus enhancement. Okay, if it is development project, you need to create the iFlows from the scratch and you need to test it and you need to move it to production. If it is support project, iFlows will be already created by someone. You need to monitor this iFlows. If any issue is reported, you need to troubleshoot it, why the issue is coming, and you need to solve that issue. Third project is support plus enhancement. So you will receive the iFlows, you need to monitor this iFlows, and there will be minor enhancement like to modify this and add a new step. Okay, so that is enhancement. So there can be three type of projects.
In this, we can learn both three.
Right. We will be covering development plus support. Okay, so let's go to the demo part. So here we have discussed about PIPO to CPA. Now let's see how the high
Your
level
voice
message will.
not audible.
My voice is not audible.
Audible. It's audible.
Audible.
I guess it is for you. Maybe you can rejoin. Okay, so let's go through the high level message flow, how the message will come and how the message will be sent to receiver. Okay, so whenever any requirement, sorry, whenever there is any message that needs to be sent from the sender application, we will be using the adapter or connector here. Okay, just like I have shown here, what we are doing, we are using the adapter or connector. This is called as adapter or connector. For sender we'll use one adapter connector, and while sending to receiver also we'll use one adapter and connector. Okay, so what sender system we will do? We will pull, fetch, read the files from the source system, source or sender system. Okay, once it comes to CPI, what we will do? We will transform. Okay, we will make all the required manipulations as per the logics, and we will post, write, push data to the target system. Okay, it can be synchronous and asynchronous. Synchronous in the sense sender system sends the data and it will expect back the acknowledgement. Okay, that is called as synchronous. If sender system sends the data and if it is not expecting any response from the target system, that is called as asynchronous. Okay, both type of integrations is possible into the CPI. So this is how the high level message will flow. Basically, message will come from the sender system. How it will come? We will be using the adapters or connectors. And how we are sending it to the target system? We will be using the adapters or connectors to send that message to the target system. So this is like a high level message flow inside the CPI. And if we move forward, we will be having this environments inside the CPI. So what are all the environments we have? We have development, quality, and production. So what we do in development environment is, sorry, we will be creating the iFlows and we will be doing our unit test, internal testing. Once we feel everything is fine, we will move the flow from development to quality. In the quality, we will be having a complete testing done. Once it is done, we will move this to production. In the production, the flow will go live. Okay, testing will be done here. So this is like the environments which we will be working with. First, we will create in the development environment. Then we will move it to quality. From the quality, we will move it to the production environment. Okay,
For
and
every
these are all.
project, we have three.
Yes, for every project we have three. In some projects we can have four also. Before to production, they will keep something called as pre-production or sandbox. Okay, so mostly
And
it will be
one
yeah.
thing, what is the ticket system we will use? Like, will use here.
In demo, we will not show the ticketing tool
Okay, I like
because
the
yeah,
service.
usually we have ServiceNow, we have Jira, both. I can
Like,
show you. Mhm.
yeah, in that, the tenant or whoever, what is the application we need to build in that the ticket in the ticket only we can find all
Correct.
the details.
Right. So before developing some iFlow, we'll raise some request, change request, or if you have a charm system, we will raise the charm request. So whatever you are doing here, you need to update it there, whether it is in development state or ready to move to quality or it is already moved to production, that you need to update in the ticketing tool.
Okay.
Okay, these are the environments inside the CPI. And if we move forward, we have capabilities of SAP CPI. Okay, so if we talk about SAP CPI capabilities, we have already discussed about the cloud integration, right? So what is cloud integration? Uh, Whatever we seen here, like send a system to CPI, CPI to receiver. So additional to this, if you want an additional layer of security, so what you can do is you can use the API management capability. Okay, so what exactly API management will do is if sender is sending the data to CPI, there is a chance of something can happen in between, data leak or something can happen, right? So what we will do, we'll make a use of API management. So what API management will do is sender system cannot directly send the data to CPI. They need to send the data to API management. From API management, data will be sent to CPI. So API management will act as an additional layer of security, which will be used for IP whitelisting, all other security parameters. We will be using the API management. Okay. From CPI, as usual, we will be sending it to the receiver system. So this is how the API management will be used. In API management, we'll see the proxies and policies, what are all the policies which we are going to use. Okay. And next capability is event mesh. So if we talk about event mesh, so what exactly the
Sir,
event mesh is?
you said about,
Mhm.
sorry, sorry to disturb you. You said about API management, right?
Right.
For this, we need to create any iFlows. Is it mandatory or we can do normally for this API management?
See, basically, you can create an iFlow with API management or without API management. Okay. So
Okay.
API management is like an additional layer of security.
Okay.
Okay. So here we will be creating the API management. Here you have the configure option, right? Here in the APIs, we will be
Okay.
creating the API management and we will append this to the iFlow as an additional layer of security.
Okay.
Okay.
In the
And
given flow, where is the API management?
this,
No, in the given means already you show.
The configure it's shown right there.
Right.
okay. So
And what is the
that is,
connector type?
see,
Means in
basically,
the
these are very technical questions. All the people here are, I mean, we have the mixed audience, right? Some people will not understand. So that's the reason we'll not go in depth. But if you want, I can show, I'll just try to show it, okay, very quickly. I have something here, I'll try to show it. So basically, I'll try to show it here only. So if you have anything,
Okay, you can skip. It take
yeah.
time.
So
You can
this
skip.
is the iFlow, okay. So this is the general iFlow which we have created. Now here we haven't added any API management. Okay, this is the normal iFlow. If you want to add the API management, what you will do is you will take the URL of this iFlow. Okay, you will take the URL of this iFlow and you will create a proxy here. In this proxy, you will add that URL and here. Okay, where is this? Yeah, here you will add that URL so that this proxy URL will be provided to the source system. This is the main URL. Okay, this main URL will be not provided to the source team. This proxy URL will be provided to the source team as a part of additional security. Okay, is that fine?
Yeah, got it, got it.
Why don't we use like for all?
For all iFlows, you mean to say?
Yeah.
See, this is the capability. If your project is able to buy this capability, they need to pay
Okay.
additional cost. So if
Got it.
the interface is confidential, if you see API management is basically applied for the interfaces like banking projects, okay, government projects or any projects where they have the sensitive confidential information. So if you don't have the sensitive information, there is no point, right? Taking this additional capability, your project needs to buy this capability from the SAP and they need to utilize it. They'll not give it for free, right? So that's the reason if you have the confidential information, they will buy the API management and they will make you to use this API management to send the data from the sender system. If it is normal data, then they will ignore this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Basically,
are
there is
the policies? What are the policies we can manage? Like we can
right.
do here.
So coming to policies, we will be having the key value, okay, and we will be having a basic authentication, auth authentication, and we will be having JavaScript, and we will be having this one spike arrest, and we will be having, yeah, these are all the policies. If you want, I can show you here. We cannot list them down on the mouth.
From
Yeah, these are all the
API
policies.
to CPI, we can use policies.
Yeah, these are all the policies. So based on the requirement, we need to use the policies. Okay.
Is it the session will continue like this
So
only, like
policies.
by asking the questions? It is better to take the all
Yeah,
the
that
questions
is what.
in the
Yeah, that
session,
is
right?
what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
it
So if
will.
there is any technical questions, please. I mean, I'll give you time at the last. Post your technical questions at the last, because we have the mixed audience, right? So everyone
Right.
will not understand the API management in depth. Once you learn the topic, I mean, course content completely, they will understand it. Now they'll be not able to understand the technical questions. So I request you, if there is any technical questions, we will discuss at the last. Okay.
Yes, better
So this,
because no, so that it will be not breakable the flow of your
yeah,
explanation.
yes. So right, these are all the capabilities which we have seen till API management, right? So API management is just like an additional layer of security between sender system to CPI and CPI to, even you can keep this API management at the target side as well. If you want to have any security, it can be applied both at the sender side and before sending to the target system also. Okay. And event mesh. So what exactly the event mesh will do is, event mesh is like, if you want to keep the sender system and receiver system independent, okay, in regular scenarios, if sender system is sending the data and receiver system is not accepting the data, or receiver system is having some connectivity issue, what will happen? Entire flow will be in error state. But what event mesh will do is, if you are having an event mesh, sender system will send it to the CPI and CPI will not send directly to the receiver system. It will post the message to the queues. Okay. So while posting this message to queue, If receiver system is not, ready, okay, so receiver system is having some issue, then the flow will not fail. Okay, sender system will send the data and CPI is posting to the queue. Message will sit inside this queue till the receiver system come and pick it up. Okay, so it will make sender system and receiver system as independent. So there will be no failure rate. This is one important thing. And the other important thing is, if you have to have a requirement where sender system will send message only one message, okay, and you want to send that message to thousands of the receivers, so what you will do is, the sender system will send the message, you will post the same message to thousands of the queue at the same time. So whatever the receiver may be, if they are subscribed to this queue, they will receive the message at the same time, 1,000 receivers at the same time. Okay, sender will send only a single message, but we will be posting the message using the event mesh to thousands of the queues at the same time, and thousands of the receivers will receive the message at the same time based on the queues. If you are posting the single message to 10 queues, 10 receivers who are subscribed to that queue will receive the message. If just like take your YouTube or Amazon Prime, okay, so on the Amazon Prime, what you are doing, you are subscribing to the Amazon. Okay, Amazon Prime will release the movie on the Friday. All the persons who are subscribed to that Amazon will be able to watch the movie at the same time, right? Okay, there is no delay. In a similar way, sender will send the message to thousands of queues. All the people who are subscribed to this queues will be able to will be able to receive the message at a single time within a single go. Okay, that is the beauty of the event mesh. So we call it as a publishing and subscribing. Sender will publish the message, receiver will subscribe the message to get the message. Okay, this is the event mesh architecture. And if we move forward, we have adapters which we are going to cover in our curriculum. We have adapters like SFTP. Sorry, for SAP, we will be using the SOAP OData IDoc adapters, and for file-based applications, we'll be using SFTP, FTP, and for web services, we use HTTP, REST, SOAP. For mail, we have the mail-based application, mail adapter. For OData adapters. For storage, we have JMS plus Azure Storage. And for event broker, we use the advanced event mesh. And for storage, data store and Azure Storage Block. And we will be having the Salesforce adapter as well. Yeah, this is all the adapters which we are going to cover in our curriculum. And yeah, that is all. So I'll just give a complete sum up what are all the things which we have discussed and what we were going to see in the course content. Okay, so we have seen what exactly the SAP CPI is and why it is used in the real time, how to send the application from one application to another application, how to send the data, and later we have seen the prior version of CPI, that is PIPO, and why exactly everyone is migrating from SAP PIPO to CPI. And we have seen the high level flow diagram, how the message will come, how it will be sent to receiver, how the processing steps will look like. And we have seen the capabilities of CPI, what are all the capabilities which we have, advanced event mesh, API management, and regular cloud integration. And we have seen about the environments in the CPI, and we have seen about the adapters which we have inside the CPI. Okay, so this is what uh, we will be covering in the demo session. And moving forward, this would be like our course content which we will be seeing on a day-to-day basis. So we will be covering all the palette options based on the scenario specific. Okay, we'll not cover on the palette level. We will be taking a scenario, and based on the scenario specific, we will be covering the palette option. Like this is HTTP to mail scenario. Okay, so here we would require service key generation, BTP tenant creation. We need to create the mail app key, and we need to check the connectivity option. So this is how we will be covering all the palette options based on the scenario specific. Okay, so yeah, that is all. This course content will be shared to you separately by the admin team. Now I'll open the forum. You can post your questions one by one.
Yeah, like
And
you have
one
so
thing, one thing. So I'll be available till 9 o'clock. So if you have a technical questions, you can post it. Like if you have any questions related to career cap or certificate or any other non-technical, the admin team will be answering that questions. So please post your technical questions now.
So what is API, sir? Please tell me one.
Sorry.
API, application programming interface.
Yeah, that we will cover with API management.
No. First of all, what is API, sir? He's calling, what is the API?
Okay, so you have the Instagram account, right? So generally what you do, if you want to connect to your Instagram applications, so what you will do, you'll just type Instagram, okay, and you'll click on enter. So once you click on this, so what exactly happens in the background? This is the API call which you are making to the Instagram, okay. So what is this? You are calling this URL. That means you are calling the Instagram API. So in return, what that API will do, it is returning you this page, okay. If you provide your details here, okay, if you provide your details here, okay, and if you provide your password here, and if you click on this login, okay, a new, okay, so this is wrong credentials, okay. So if you provide something here and if you don't have this, what you are doing, you are clicking on this sign up. So again, what you are doing, you are calling a new API here. So this is a new API to create the new user. So what it is doing in return, it is providing you this page. So API is nothing but it will provide you the information as per your call. So if you want to call some Instagram API, so what you are doing, you are taking this URL and you are calling it. In return, what it is doing, it is providing us the page to provide the username and password. If you provide the username and password correctly, you will click on login. So what it will do, it will redirect to the new API call. So that API will take you to the home page of Instagram. If you want to send a message to your friend, what you will do, you'll open the message API. So that API is used to call your friend, I mean, text with your friends. So that is what the API is.
Like you have shown the API in the integration short, right? Right.
Right.
Can you show the event mesh where in the integration? Just show the event mesh.
See, basically in SAP CPI, trial account, we will be not having the event mesh capability. Okay, they are not providing for free for this event mesh capability. So what we will do is we have an option called as Solace. Okay, this Solace is a external API event mesh tool. So we will be using this as a advanced event mesh. So you will be able to connect to this Solace using the advanced event mesh adapter only. So this is how I'll just try to open this. Not sure whether it is still active. I'll just try. Okay, I guess it is still active. Okay, it's still active, I guess. Okay, here what we will do is what we are trying to do. We are trying to post the messages, right, to the queues and receiver will pick it up. That is what we have discussed, right? So here what we will be doing is we'll be creating the topics, we'll be creating the queues and we'll be posting the message here. So if you see it here, so here we have the queues, right? So in this queues, we will post the data. So single message can be posted to thousands of these queues at the same time. Okay. Is it
Got
fine?
it. Yeah.
Any questions, technical questions, please?
What is the use of policies here? Like, what are the policies? What
In
type
API
of
management. You mean
policies?
in API management, right?
Not in CP management. We do have any policies configured the CPI.
What policies you mean to say?
You said policies just now, like
Yeah. No. Topics and queues, I said. So policies where we will use is in API management, we have the policy. This is API management, okay? Here you have the policies you can apply. Generally, this is my postman, one of the tool, okay? I can send n number of messages here, okay? I'm sending 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? But if I take this policy here, okay? If I take this policy here, first. Okay, if I take this policy, so what it will do, it will restrict. So what is the rate here? Rate here 30 per minute, right? So if I just keep it as 5, and if I
Please
save
go
this
on
and
mute.
so if I save this as 5, so I cannot post more than 5 messages from my source system. Okay, so that's how we will be making a use of policies. Okay, these are all the policies which we utilize inside the API management.
Okay.
So event mesh and splitters both are same, sir.
No, it is completely different. If you
No,
have a
splitter.
message, okay, 1 second.
For
Please
event
mute,
mesh,
guys. Please mute.
1 second. I'll mute everyone. Feel free if you want to. Don't unmute if you don't have any questions. Okay. So the event mesh is different, and this is different. Okay, so let us take a scenario. This is one of the payload. Okay, so if you are receiving 5 messages in a single message, so what you will do, you will use the splitter to split the single message into 5 different messages. That is how the splitter will be used. This event mesh is different.
The
for
splitter will
event
break the
mesh,
message.
any particular
Yes,
adapter
single
is there?
message into a multiple message. Like inside a
Splitter.
single message, you have around 10 messages. Okay, single message you
Okay.
have 10 messages. Then you will be using the splitter to split it up.
Then what about router also is same?
No, that is different. Router is used to send to different receivers. Okay, if you want to send a message to UK region and US region, so you will be using the router to decide based on any field. Based on the field, you will be sending it to UK, US differently.
Oh, okay.
What is the use of
APIM
filter?
and yeah, is APIM and event mesh is only used on the banking domains?
No, it isn't like an additional layer of security.
Yeah.
You can use it for the
That's what-
normal flows also.
Okay. So
Yeah,
is it
hello.
same like important like same content modifier APIM also, or it is optional for to learn the APIM as well?
API management, if you know API management, it is like an additional add-on for your resume weightage.
Okay. Can you please also show that settings like how to enable the CPI helper, which I was shown in the earlier when you showed the screen.
See, basically, this all comes under course content, right? So this is a demo session. Like if you have any technical questions on how the things will work and what are the course content, then we can do it. This CPA helper, these are all the course content, right? So we will be learning step by step.
Yeah, hi Arshan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I'm like a BTP consultant. I have around 2.5 years of experience. I'm like in the development, so like I would like to learn this integration. I have some basics idea on it, but I'm just looking at the advanced things, and actually I don't have any best practices.
Okay.
Just I learned from the YouTubes and all. So if I take your course or if I join this one, like what advanced topics I will get to learn?
So basically, we will be covering all the palette options, okay, Omkar, inside
Yes.
our thing, and we will be covering the API management and event mesh. So additional to this, we will be covering the real-time scenarios, okay. First thing
Okay.
is we will be showing you SAP to SAP, S4 HANA to S4 HANA integration, which you cannot get through regular YouTube scenarios. Okay,
Yes. Yes.
and we will be covering the Salesforce. You know the Salesforce CRM tool,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Customer,
Yes.
yeah, that one. And we will be covering the Azure block, and we will be covering the success factors.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the real-time scenarios you can get.
So, like if you take one example as success factors, mostly we'll be having some employee integration replications data.
Right.
So, are you going with activating standard workflows, or sorry,
No,
standard integrations.
no,
Or
not standard integrations. We will be showing you the, we will be creating from the scratch, custom one.
so what about standard? If it matches our requirement?
See, if it matches your requirement, you can directly plug and play it. Like you can directly download it and you can just make the configuration directly.
Yeah, so that's two steps also you are like showing, right?
Yeah, if it is possible, like if we get any standard, because success factor one, previously we used to have a different vendor, so we have taken a different vendor now. So
Okay.
it is possible, then definitely we'll show the standard one as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
hello.
about this one, we can use
Hi,
only like a trial account of integration suite. That's enough, right?
Yeah, trial account. The first class will be showing you how to create the trial account and how to use it. That is the
Okay.
first demo. I mean, first class.
Okay.
So most of the one will get the like already defined one, like already defined. What do you mean? This like plugins? Like,
It depends, Shankar. Like, see, we cannot say that we'll be always using the standard one only. See, most of the times, like 70%, we need to build it from the scratch only, because you will be having a different requirement, and the standard one will be having a different requirement. Even if you take the standard one also, you need to make few modifications into the standard one if it is not sufficing your requirement. So
so
70%
yeah.
you need to build it.
So we need to more like we need to take most of the time in the iFlow only.
Yes, correct.
If you build iFlows, we'll do like it's a job only, like it's a CPI job only. We'll do.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Sir, after starting the class at the end of the week, shall we get any task like
Yeah, we can. I'll give the task as it. Like, if you want, I'll give it. That is fine. Like, it is your interest. If you want me to give the integrations, then I'll give it.
okay, sir, in Discover, how can we use that integration, sir?
I have shown you, right? If you, based on your application, like we will be having the standard integrations, like standard Salesforce, Workday, MuleSoft, right? So for them,
Yes, sir.
SAP has created the iFlows directly and they have kept it inside the Discover tab. So if you are having any other new requirement, okay, then you need to build it from the scratch.
Okay.
What
Yes,
is
sir.
the
Nice
user
speaker.
auditor?
Sorry.
What is the user auditor, or like there is a menu in the menus, like there is a auditor role, no?
Which one?
Monetize, sorry, no,
This one.
Monetize.
monitor.
This one, monitor.
Yes.
Yeah, that is what this. If I expand this, it will come in this way. So you will be able to understand how many message has been processed, what is the status of each message. That is all you can see it here. How many failed, how many completed, how many cancelled, escalated, abandoned. That is you can see inside this.
Okay, in the Discover option, we can see only the standard
Yes, standard predefined content.
Okay. Like there is any from another computer, like we'll get any notifications, or you need to onboard iFlow, like we can get in the Discover option, or only a standard iFlow.
Standard.
Like Harsha, is B2B scenarios have shown some trial account. Is this involved in CPI or is that separate?
So B2B is also involved, but we are not adding that in our course content.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it here, right? Mix, max, these are all comes under B2B.
Yeah.
That is not been involved inside this course content.
Okay.
Because it is very specific, right? So in 100, you will be having only 5 projects which are dealing with B2B separately. So there is no point in discussing B2B at the start.
That is like add-on, right?
Yeah, add-on. It is just like an add-on. If you have B2B, it is like an add-on. or else that is
Okay.
also fine without B2B also. I mean, if
How
you
many
have
days
any
it will
questions
take?
specific to
How many
B2B,
days?
I'll be able to explain you at the last of the course. I mean, not
Mm.
complete end to end, but I'll explain you your questions.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, what is documents in iFlow, sir? And artifacts, artifact nothing but iFlows. What is
Yes.
document, sir?
Where have you seen the documents?
In Discover overview, artifacts, and Discover documents and tags.
Where is documents?
In Discover, sir.
Oh, sorry. Discover.
Once open Discover, sir, the iFlows.
Acha, okay, you mean to say here.
Yes, sir.
That
Opening
is
the.
about description of the iFlow. So here,
Okay.
if we see it here, this is the word integration, right? It describes about what is being defined here. This is a file, basically. It defines about the content.
Oh, iFlow, regards iFlow.
Yeah, this is iFlow, right? So it says about what is this iFlow, what are the steps, what are the use of this.
These documents we are uploading or by
No, it
default?
is SAP one. It is SAP one, okay?
Sir, after developing our iFlow, it will get in that Discover, sir.
No, it will SAP built iFlows are kept inside the Discover, okay? Whatever we build will be inside this design. It is local, okay? This is global. This is SAP provided one. This is our creation.
After in real time, sir, I'm asking.
Real time also. See, whatever we do here in the trial account, same thing we'll be doing in the real time also.
Okay.
Like we do have any like you said like now there is a test we need to test first and we need to do another like we need to push to production now.
Correct.
So like there is a another like a test environment like you have here URL same URL for the test and production or different URL.
This is a trial account, right? So this is trial account, right? In real time, you'll be having a different URL for development, different URL for quality, different URL for production.
Okay. How many days it will take to complete this CPI?
It will be taking 30 hours, 30 to 35 hours. Because we include like resume preparation, interview preparation, right? So for that, it will take some 2 classes. So 30 to 35 classes, each class 1
There
hour.
is any offline sessions or like only online?
Based on my availability, I'll be planning for the offline sessions. We can interact in the Sritech office based on my availability. I cannot assure only on this particular day I will be available. Based on my office schedule and everything, I'll be scheduling the offline classes.
Okay,
On
so most
Saturdays.
of like on Saturdays only. What is the time you will available at the weekends only?
Like 11 at that time, we can have an offline session.
Okay.
Only for Hyderabad location.
Yeah.
Hi Arsha. Hi Arsha. Can you show the one example is how it is work act in Groovy script? Just can you please tell me show the small example?
Which one you want?
Groove script.
Groovy script.
Yeah.
Okay. So
How it is
basically,
acted? How it is acted? Please can you show the small example? That's it.
so this is the iFlow. Okay. So here, what I'm trying to do is, let me take. So this is my iFlow. Okay. So in this iFlow, I am trying to send some data. So here, if you want to store the message, okay, if you want to store this message, basically why I avoid all these technical things is because we have the mixed audience, right? They will be very much worried if we show all these things in a first class. So I'll just try to show you. Let me open any Groovy script.
Can we get this Groovy script and ChatGPT?
Yeah, definitely.
And what is the use of Groovy script here?
Yeah, that is what I'm trying to show. So if I take this one, okay. Okay, so here I got some message from my source system. Okay, so what I'm trying to do with Groovy script is I'm trying to send some data. Okay, this is the data I'm trying to send. So if you want to store before sending it to the target system, now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to use a Groovy script to store the message which I'm receiving from the source system. So where you can see that message now, if I go to this monitor, okay. So in this monitor, if I go to the message, this is a message. Okay, so here. Then right, okay, look at this SFTP has some issue. This SFTP has some issue. I guess the SFTP got expired. So it is not able to show. Okay, it got expired.
Might be username and password expired.
No, the server got expired. I have taken the trial account. That trial account server got expired, I guess. So that's the reason we are not able to replicate this. So basically what I'm trying to do it here is this SFTP server got expired. That is the reason it is not working as expected. Okay. So I'll be taking this trial account for 1 week to show inside the, CPI classes. So it got expired now. Okay. So with this Groovy,
No issues, sir.
sorry.
Yeah, understood, sir. No
Yeah.
issues. You can.
So basically what I was trying to do is I'm getting a payload, right? I mean, data from here, right? So using a Groovy script, I was trying to store this. Okay. So in this way, we'll be using the Groovy script inside the CPI. So in the course content, we'll be discussing about in detail what exactly all these options is one by one.
Where it stored this data? I mean,
So it will store inside the CPI. It will show an option here in the monitoring, and it will be stored here.
okay.
Okay.
Hi, Harsha.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you providing like a success factor access for the only for particularly for the period of this course?
No, we will be not providing the success factor access to you.
Okay, so we have to practice on our own, like
Yeah.
any clients or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it is cost oriented, right? The success
Yes,
factors. So we will be not providing any of the external application. See, we will be taking a trial account for this Azure block using my credit card. Okay. And I will be taking this Salesforce using my credit card trial account. I'll be taking this SAP. In the previous class, I was showing this. So this I have taken it from some external system, external startup SAP trial account. Okay. So these are all the cost oriented one, right? So this cannot be provided.
But
So we
like
will be
all
just
setup, all
yeah,
setup
we will be
is
showing you how exactly it can be set up and how it can be used.
okay.
Okay, so sorry team, I need to drop. I have a call to attend. You can post your questions to admin team. They will be able to answer all your questions. All right.
Yeah. So apart from this technical